Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Marketing Roundtable. And we have Gene Volpe, Nick Sakis, and Sergeant Jake Wolf. Guys, we're going to be talking about some incredible stuff. We're also going to be talking about some new hair supplements that make your
like
hair
CBD
a weapon.
oil.
That
That's
looks
CBD
like,
oil. CBD.
yeah.
Would you guys shut the fuck up and let me
It's
do
like
my
we're gonna
intro?
be talking about weed.
Oh, well, that is something we do on a typical basis. But before the bullshit starts, here is your intro. All right, so I have to tell you guys something before we go live and really kind of get into the dirt with what we're going to talk about today. Why does everyone wear aviators?
Not everybody.
I felt left out. Jake put him on, and he's got the fucking.
Wait, Nick, you should hand them up to him. Hand them up to him.
Oh yeah, there you
Just
go.
hand them up,
Here you
up
go,
to
Jake.
the-
You
Ready?
can't have them all at the same time. Pass them on.
Ready? Ready?
No, you got to take them off to the right. Take them off to your left, Jake,
Oh,
and give them down to Nick.
hey, did I tell you guys I totally leveled up?
There you go. Now put him on.
Oh my God,
Thanks,
these two are idiots.
You're welcome.
I love you guys to pieces. So I got hit up today to do a news segment for it's called KTVU News Fox here in the Bay Area about the market, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to talk about? So I reached out to the producer April. She and I are communicating back and forth. I don't know. I think it could be kind of fun. I mean,
Greg, that's easy. All you have to do is talk about real estate in your local marketplace because you're a real estate agent.
Thank you, Jake, for the blunt honesty on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we talking about today, gentlemen? Nick, you came up with the topic. So what are we going to go over?
I thought we were going to talk about a really cool breaking news story from 7 months ago.
Breaking.
Yeah, we're talking about the Web 3, but I guess we're going to talk about WED 3 today. I don't know.
Oh
what that is.
Jesus! Something you get your McDaniel charts out again. Did he miss
it is. It is Wednesday. Is it the third week of the month? Did I decode that right?
Shut the fuck up and just get to the fucking point.
Wait a second. Gino, Nick, I went ahead and totally leveled up today. I don't know if I told you guys or not.
Let's hear about it.
You did,
Yeah,
but I want to
so-
hear it. I want to hear about it again.
Yeah, so you guys know that I'm a big fan of the hot shave, right?
Of course,
I've heard about it. Yeah.
But now Duke Cannon Supply Company is selling news anchor hair wash.
as they
Only
should.
It's the
best.
Pulitzer Prize for hair. It's not a thing, but if it were, you'd be holding it right now. Duke Cannon's News Anchor 2-in-1 hair wash is formulated with premium ingredients for hardworking men whose hair commands the respect of others. Your hair is a weapon.
Your hair is a weapon, which explains why I'm so not good at anything I do. I have no weapon.
I was gonna make a joke about that, being like, "Well, Gene, you got to step up your game,
Feel
okay?"
So I went ahead and picked that up and put it into the armory, ladies and gentlemen, and proceeds go to the veterans. And Greg, I even bought you a bottle.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Oh,
That's
wait.
hand lotion. Put that away.
Wait a
Creamy
second.
petroleum jelly. Wait a sec. I left yours in the truck.
Oh, Jesus. But wait, tell them where you bought it from. You bought it from Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
So I think Cracker Barrel. I think it's just a bottle of maple syrup in a different packaging.
well,
I think you boys got some goofy shit going on in Tampa. That's what I think.
yeah, that's why I stay on the West Coast. You guys do whatever the fuck you want.
From a
over there.
marketing perspective, though, that's strong marketing, speaking directly to their target audience. That's
Your hair
quite
is
good
a
sales
weapon.
copy on that bottle.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal that. Like, my real estate, professional marketing is it's a weapon, and
right.
we will go to war for you.
Yeah.
That's actually something my dad and I used to say all the time, and on listening interviews, we would say like, "Hey, we're gonna go put our battle armor on and go to war for you."
Yep.
And
I
people,
want to.
Hmm?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I apologize.
But you did.
I
So,
know.
go
I
ahead.
know. I was trying to time you. I screwed it up. We usually have our cadence on. I just missed you. It just makes me think. That makes me think of that scene from Step Brothers where he's talking about how he's looking good, getting out of the shower from his chest straight to his ball fro. And I wonder if it would work in your ball fro.
We're going to skip over that comment. Okay, moving forward. All right, let's go forward. What is Web3, gentlemen? Walk me through this because this is the first time I'm hearing about this. Nick, talk to me about it.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people have heard about Web3. There's been a lot of chatter about it. I wanted to bring up a cool company that's doing some really cool stuff in the virtual reality space called Unreal Engine. If you've been in any kind of, and I'm not a video game guy, but if you're in the video game scene, you've probably heard of Unreal Engine. It's been around for maybe 10, 15 years, somewhere around there. There's been iterations of it, Unreal Engine 1, 2, 3, now we're in version 5. But to back up into Web3, so Web3 is basically the progression of the internet, right? You had Web 1.0, which was basically chat rooms in the 90s, right? Late 90s, early 2000s. You'd hop onto AOL and you'd be inside of a chat room or a Yahoo chat room. Then that kind of evolved into Web 2.0, which is what we know right now, which is social media and essentially centralized places of gathering, right? So big conglomerates, your Facebooks of the world, your large.
I'm sorry, it's not Facebook, it's Meta.
Okay. Your Metas of the world.
That's
so
cute.
What?
That's so cute.
What is evolving from that is everybody understands now that their data is open and public, and these big companies have been making a shitload of money off of us feeding these ecosystems. And so Web3 is a push to go into more of a decentralized ecosystem where your privacy and your everything about you is a little bit more private, right? So out of this Web3 is basically in cryptocurrency, the blockchain, all these different companies that are coming out. It's not anything like we could do a whole Web3 conference and talk about all the things that are disrupting the real estate industry. But for this specific show, I just wanted to talk about virtual reality. And if you haven't spent any time in virtual reality, if you don't have an Oculus headset, if you haven't been following this kind of stuff, we have a clip for you to show you what Unreal Engine 5 looks like as it pertains to the real estate industry. So we all might be thinking on the sidelines as real estate agents, like, oh, virtual reality is not necessarily for us. It's for the kids. And I don't really know, how that pertains to me. This software that people are using right now, from architects to builders, this Unreal Engine 5 will give you a really good glimpse of what it's going to look like, of how we live in virtual reality, and how it's going to be very hard to even tell the difference between the two. This Unreal Engine 5 software is absolutely amazing. And so this clip is 3 minutes showing a marketing company that did a whole build out of a development for a master plan community for a builder, so that consumers can basically experience the whole thing before the ground even broke for the development. So
You want me to fire it up?
yeah, check this out real quick.
All right.
Play.
Hello, my name is Jose Uribe. I'm the creative director and founder of PureBlink. We are a creative digital agency specialized in real estate visualization, interactive applications, and storytelling. Over a year ago, we were engaged by ELAD to help them visualize the third phase of Galleria on the Park. This is Galleria 3. It is part of a large master plan composed of 8 different buildings, an 8-acre park, a very large community facility with plenty of activities. One of the key challenges that we had with this particular project was the fact that it is located in a very industrial area. So for the typical prospect buyer, it would be very difficult to really understand and visualize and experience what this master plan community is going to be like probably 10 years from now once everything is built. Our approach was to not only create visuals or renderings of different areas of the project,
so guys, what we're looking at right now, for
how
those
the
who are
gallerias
listening
or
to
the
us
park
only,
were going to be like,
it is,
but also an interactive application and a video component. And for all these different components, we used Unreal, and it was a critical technology to allow us to reach the level of photorealism and the level of cinematography in the video.
Preparing to launch a project during COVID had us quite concerned, and PureBlink provided.
All right, is this just me, or is it just not working?
That allowed us to bring clients through the community.
No, it's you. It's working.
In the sales center physically or at their homes. We believe that PureBlink's solution provided us the ability to hit our threshold, our sales threshold, within a shorter period of time during COVID.
Right now, we're extremely excited about Unreal and all the new features. We've been testing heavily lumen, ray tracing, global illumination, path tracing, both on 4.27 and Unreal 5.
All right,
it's
guys.
absolutely amazing what you can do with
Give
it.
me a little
Lighting
help
is
here,
one of the
'cause I'm
most
seeing a
important
glitch
components
hard.
about it. Having a tool that allows us to play with lighting, having like practical lighting, natural lighting, diffuse lighting, ambient lighting in different sort of ways, and trying it out in real time, it's completely priceless. We decided to code and develop our own
Confirm on
WebGL
everybody
application that
all your
connects
sides that
the
this is
geometry
actually
of the
playing, because
building with the
it's glitching hard on my
database
side.
of the
Yeah, can you hear me? It's playing.
That is
Okay.
the same type of database that we have for the touchscreen applications. We're experimenting with the Sketchfab in order to be really the tool that allows us to connect one single model into our touchscreen applications and our online applications. We're extremely excited about the future and how we can integrate this not only in the applications that we're doing at the moment, but also in mixed reality applications, virtual reality applications, and virtual production with using NDisplay. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and enjoyed the rest of the show.
All right, there we
Pretty
go.
awesome.
So, Nick, highlight that again a little bit. I know Greg was having a hard time seeing it on his side there.
Yeah.
Like, explain what was happening there, because just explain what try to give just the listeners, the people who aren't seeing it visually, like what was going on there.
Yeah. So essentially, Unreal Engine is a software platform where you can create, like, the intention of it is for video games, right? So when you think about the developers of the software, open software for anybody to go in and create a video game and do whatever they want with. And then if you actually produce a video game and it catches hold, traction, they get a revenue share model of anything that you sell because you developed it on their platform, right? So that might have been relevant to real estate agents 10 years ago in zero ways, because no real estate agent cared about video games or what, like, how does that affect my business, right? And we've all seen very expensive renderings from developers when they go to break ground on something, and it's this big expensive, they pay a company $100,000 to do all the marketing and everything, right? So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because in our industry right now, especially with virtual reality as it pertains to real estate, these types of experiences consumers are going to come to almost expect. Maybe not within a couple years, but 5 or 10 years. It's not just the virtual reality or the home tour. There's going to be an expectation of being able to walk into a house through virtual reality that is indistinguishable from you being there personally. And that's what Unreal Engine 5 is. It's not just like, oh, I put on goggles and I watch a video that's more immersive. It's like, oh shit, I'm sitting in this room and I can see the sunset and experience what it's like to be on this balcony when the sun's fading down. Like it's experience immersion. So
But listen, not only that, you're going to be able to change the furniture in the room, the color of it, how it's lined up, where the plants go, right?
So there's so much potential with this from an Unreal Engine is basically like, we could look at this for our show, right? We could do live shows in virtual reality with Unreal Engine as producers, as content creators, right? There's a lot of content creators that are using that engine right now because it is a live type of ecosystem that you can create some amazing stuff with. If you go watch the Weather Channel, if you go look at the Weather Channel on YouTube, they created a set. So instead of spending $100,000 on a new set or however much it costs to build like a professional studio,
like $4 million.
Yeah, whatever, right? So like, the set is basically a giant green screen now instead of having anything else. And like they use Unreal Engine to create visual, instead of like the reporter out in the scene in the hailstorm with their jacket on trying to hold a microphone, the reporter's in studio, and all that same experience, it looks like they are in knee-high water in a location because the graphics and everything are so realistic. So I can see this really being implemented in real estate on the experience side of things. And I think this is just one of the exciting tidbits Web3 and where this is going as it pertains to real estate.
Look,
So I wanted to bring it up.
Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to bring it up on the show and kind of see if any of our listeners are experiencing anything like this, if they're leaning towards Web3, if they're talking about it. There's a lot of exciting stuff there.
So what's the cost for Web3 at this point? Because I mean, all of us use very expensive microphones. We have our lights, we have our cameras. You know, we do this as for a hobby and a living. You know, as we grow reunation.com. How would Bob from Remax utilize Web 3.0 to build their business? Would it be an opportunity to take all their photos and turn it into? Walk me down that path, because I'm really having a hard time thinking about this and where it can go, because I just never heard about it.
Well, so let's separate Web3 from the conversation. Let's just talk about virtual reality, right? So,
okay.
So Web3 would be an ecosystem, right? Virtual reality would be one piece of it. I think we're already in a situation now where I forget what's the company name now where you do the visual tours.
Matterport,
right?
Yeah.
So take a company like Matterport. I guarantee you Matterport is looking at applications like Unreal Engine or trying to improve what they're already currently doing, right? So it's stuff like that. It's understanding where the industry is going and then how it applies. Do I think Bob from Remax is going to
God, we hate
sit
that
down
guy.
and learn Unreal Engine and build out his own studio as digital?
No.
Like, no, absolutely not.
No.
But there is a situation where, especially if you're new, like new developer or developers, there's a lot of potential for this in the development space, right? Which is exactly what this company did. So I'm looking at it from a digital marketing perspective. Is this a lane that my company should be looking into to provide solutions to real estate agents? Because it is going to be necessary, and the learning curve is going to be pretty steep, right? You basically need a UX UI type of if you've never built a website, you're not going to build an Unreal Engine set by yourself without some help, right?
Wait, so back your bus up. What's a UX or a UI? Let's make that really clear.
An interface. So like when you log into, a CRM or any kind of portal online, like what does the interface look like?
Why are you always talking with like language that nobody knows about?
Only
people
25%.
I'm tracking. I'm good.
Yeah, only 25% of us on the show doesn't know what he's talking about.
And I'm out. Okay, I'm back. I like.
Wait, Greg, don't leave without your bottle.
Oh, yes. Thank you, sir.
No, Greg, I think this is important, though. You're not alone, right? I think the three of us are somewhat geeks, and Web 3.0 is new to me. This Unreal Engine thing is brand new to me. I can grasp the concept. I can grasp the power of it. I also can grasp the fact that I have no idea what's coming in 6 months from now. Just technology is just changing so fast and becoming so much more immersive that you just can't really predict the way it's going to play out. What I think people need to be aware of is that if you're ahead of the game and you have a good friend that knows this stuff, say like a Nick Sakis, and they can guide you down a path where you go, look, I got a new listing. I don't know what this bullshit Unreal Engine is, but if you can make my sellers happy, that'd be amazing. What's it going to cost me? And Nick has the UX UI, as he said, that is able to produce a tour, an immersive tour inside of the Unreal Engine, so that you don't even have to show that property anymore. People can go virtually and sit in it and then make offers over a Zoom call or whatever's next in that space. You're going to be ahead of the game moving forward. So like, we're just bringing these technologies to the forefront so people go, oh shit, I didn't know that existed. It makes my head hurt. Let me go look at the Weather Channel to see how they're using it. And you still won't grasp the full concept of it, but it'll give you an idea that these things are happening and things are changing quick. You need to be aware of it. Like, just because
you do. Yeah.
Just because people don't understand it makes your head hurt doesn't mean it isn't going to happen.
Oh,
so
but the cool thing about it is, right? So typically before, and this is like kind of how social media has evolved, where you don't need to be on the nighttime news to be effective because you could have your own channel on social media and spread your word and everything through there, right? This is the same kind of thing. The Weather Channel is using Unreal Engine, and they're creating a set out of it. You too could sign up for Unreal Engine for free and create your own shit. So the same software that a multi-billion-dollar, million-dollar, 100 million, whatever company, however much money they have, is using that software, you as a consumer, as a little guy, have the ability to play around with that same software and maybe use it to your advantage. And
So
nobody in your market's doing this, right? So I put it in the comments, Jake, or Greg, put this on the screen real quick. I'm a Facebook user, Unreal Engine. I don't know why. I guess I didn't accept cookies or whatever.
Well, look, I can tell you this. If you go to unrealengine.com and get over to products, if you hover over the products, on the right-hand side is the framework for creating digital humans, high fidelity digital humans, and
metahuman. So if you really want to mess with this stuff and get excited, create a metahuman.
Wait, back your bus up.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? Creating metahumans, like fake humans?
So
yes, we're growing humans now, Greg.
I feel like I need to do an example.
Do it. Please do an example.
So
please.
Not right now. I can't do it right now, but maybe in a week or two. You could literally sync up Unreal Engine to your phone, have a live feed of how your face is moving. It'll ray trace, it'll create your whole face. You can make your own avatar with a different person or an animal or whatever, and you can actually be that person live in an event based on what your character is in Unreal Engine on your live. So it's the same shit that Pixar and all these big movie companies have been doing forever. The dinosaurs that are walking around on screen are just people in these giant frame suits.
Yeah.
And then the graphics take over. You could do the same shit with your cell phone and this software. It's badass.
So look, EXP's doing this right now, right?
Similar. Yeah. They're not using Unreal Engine, but they do have a metaverse, right?
Yeah, and I think here's what you just said. You took it up a notch. So basically, EXP's smart enough to realize 99.99% of people aren't going to be able to use Unreal Engine. So what happens is when you join their metaverse, they give you an avatar. You are just it might not look like me, but you're now an avatar and you probably can do things. What you're telling me is I can create this human and then implement them into the EXP space. And now it looks like it's me on stage in EXP's world, as opposed to some coyote.
Possibly. I don't know what the limitations are on their software, but yeah, essentially.
But that's where we're going.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about this on marketing side. I know you guys are all are very, very, very good at marketing. Jake I can see him twitching, just looking to he's like, just get me in the game. Get me in the game. I want to talk about this. So since this is the first time I'm hearing about Web 3.0, and creating your own avatar and doing all this other virtual stuff, Jake, walk me through hypothetically kind of how you would leverage this using Gene and Nick's expertise along with yours.
Well, look at technology and how it's shifted throughout all of the years, right? It used to take a whole village of people to build a website, especially if you had an e-commerce type site with configurable products. I mean, you're talking 2 to 3 months to go ahead and get something up into production and custom shopping carts. So technology has advanced so much so that it's fast, easy to go ahead and get these types of things out there. And as we start to shift into a Web 3.0 world, right now, all of a sudden, some of these technologies where we have avatars and VR type tools available so that we can have immersive experiences is going to become easier to use, and it's going to become more sought after.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is that beneficial or
absolutely?
detrimental?
So what I really like about this as it pertains to the real estate space is the immersive experience of really helping somebody from a distance. You don't physically have to be at a home, but I can have an immersive experience on what it would feel like, or maybe different visuals, like Nick says, with the sun setting over the porch. So I can visualize myself being there and make a choice on whether or not I want to purchase the home. So competitive advantage, Matterport came out with our 3D tours for homes, right? And I feel that everybody should have some type of 3D type tour for a home, right? And have a place for your prospective buyers to go ahead and see that. It makes life easy. And when you're talking about buying back some time, that's huge. If you could just start directing people towards 3D tours of homes instead of having to physically go and see it, you get a lot of the door kickers out of the way. People that see the 3D tours first and then want to schedule a physical follow-up appointment. Now you know that you have a more committed prospective group of consumer that's coming to your home, right? So, but with the VR side of the house, Unreal Engine, I mean, these things are, it's going to be an awesome new immersive experience. And I feel like real estate agents need to figure out how to adopt it, get it into their system, because what a great competitive advantage that you're showing a prospective seller on how you're going to represent their home. And as it starts to get more and more relevant, as technology starts shifting and as more people start bringing this into play, you're almost going to be forced to have to do it and conform to the game. Otherwise, because the expectations of a seller is such. If I'm going to sell one of my homes, I'm going to want this done.
Yeah.
Because it'll maximize the sale as well. Instead of just some static images on an MLS board or some IDX website or Zillow, now I can go ahead and represent my home at the best light of how I want to do it and maximize the return on the actual sale from a financial standpoint.
I got a practical application for what's happening right now, Greg.
Please.
I want to know what's going on right now.
I would love.
I don't have the article on me. We can post it after the fact. There was a house in California, I don't know if it was close to you or not, that upon the sale of the house, as part of the house deal, you also got the house replicated as an NFT. And I don't know which, if it was Decentraland or whatever, which
metaverse they created an NFT for the house?
Yeah, in Beverly Hills.
So you get a physical version of the house and a meta version of the house. So if you think about that, now you're in a situation where, as a listing agent, right, now you're selling a physical house to somebody, but also with something like Unreal Engine, you could literally recreate that exact same structure in the metaverse for somebody to have as an asset. Because what's happening in Web3, what's happening in virtual reality is people's virtual reality land will be just as important to them as their physical homes, if not more.
But why?
Okay, so without going into crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy, we all know one thing.
Oh no.
We all know one thing.
Tinfoil.
The wealth gap is getting bigger, right? The billionaires of the world are making more billions, and the middle class is getting absolutely butthole smashed right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're an average person, and you're
none of our listeners are average, okay? They're always overachievers.
Think about it this way. The world that we're living in, the world that we're walking to right now, is promoting this virtual reality. And if you don't own any assets personally, meaning it's going to be too expensive for you to own a house, it's too expensive for you to own a car, so you ride share, it's too expensive for you to own electronics, so you pay for it monthly. This new middle class that's coming up, all they're going to have is their virtual reality. So just like us, we have our house. We take a lot of pride in our house. We take care of it. It's our thing. That's our class. This new generation that's coming up is going to value this virtual reality world that they're living in, because that's going to be the asset that they actually own and work on. Okay. So when you invite somebody over to your house, you want it to be nice. When you have a call with somebody or invite somebody in your virtual reality space, you want it to be just as nice, if not nicer. And in most cases, your virtual reality world is way nicer than the broom closet that you live in. And that's what's happening right now on a macro level, on why there's such a big push, because you can be anything you want to be in the metaverse. And that's what these kids, that's what all this stuff is going into. So that's really derailed from real estate. I think this Unreal Engine is the cool part about this. If you're a luxury agent, you should be looking into stuff like this. Physical property attached with an NFT, recreate this Unreal Engine so you have a virtual property you're giving somebody that's a baller property, just like what they just bought.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about NFTs. And I've talked to a couple of folks on this show about NFTs and kind of where they're going with stuff on that.
Makes your head hurt.
What the flying fuck is the point of it? I know Nick just explained it, and I
No.
get it, but I
Well, I
don't
didn't
get
explain
it.
that.
Nope.
But
It's-
here's the thing. So if the American dream, is to buy a house, how in the fuck is it good to just own an NFT on 123 Main Street versus having the actual property? So you can go off and show off to your friends at the 18-year-old club, like, hey, look, I bought another house today.
Ready?
But you ain't getting shit out of this
and
thing.
he's ready.
So here, Greg, Veronica says this gives me crippling anxiety and makes me want to go off the grid.
I'm with her.
Right? Totally get it. And she's saying it's like The Sims, but worse. So imagine this. So imagine that I run another universe called
McDaniel.
the Volpeverse. Let's call it the
Duke's
Volpeverse.
Hot Shave
Oh,
Land.
come on.
Hot
Okay.
Shave Land. Well, no, because you're going to play a role in this, but I don't want to mix it up.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have this.
Okay.
I have this VR world that's on Web 3.0 that I have created. And actually, there's Decentraland. Like, there's places that are doing this now. I know Zuckerberg is building his own metaverse. Like, there's places that you can go and get online. Somewhere down the road, and I'm saying somewhere down the road, it's happening now. There are people buying real estate in that fake world.
They are.
Right.
I've actually heard about that, and it's a big push I'm seeing on like Hulu ads and everything else. And
All right, so
somebody dropped $450,000 just to go ahead and be Snoop Dogg's neighbor.
what?
yeah, in
More,
fake
it's
life.
way more than that,
Yeah,
Greg.
in
There's
these-
way more
these
money.
countries.
Than
Wait,
that.
but Greg, listen to me. But hold on, I want to take this down this road because
My head's
when I
hurting.
say this, you're going to go like this. Oh shit, the possibilities are endless, right? So suppose I go like this, Greg. I have
Yeah.
this new universe out there, and people are clamoring to get into it. I have Cisco Systems and Microsoft that are renting space in my area, but here's the problem: there's people that need residential real estate there, right? And now Nick, as your real estate agent, bought you an NFT virtual reality that you can now pay me rent in my universe to put your house on, and that you can rent out to people in the virtual reality space.
Oh, okay.
Greg,
Let's-
let me ask you a question, Greg.
Let's say this is my NFT, this piece of paper that I'm
No,
holding
no,
up.
So you're
people
thinking
can't
about
see
it one-dimensional. That's the problem. So
guys, give me a fucking second, okay?
all right, go ahead.
Fuck
Jesus.
sake.
So there's a development firm called Republican Realm. They just went ahead and spent $4.3 million on a parcel of virtual lands, and they're going to start developing it.
Totally cut off.
I got totally cut off.
All right, so listen, show
Jake's
your
just like,
show
I'm
your
just gonna
piece of
Let's
bust
see
paper.
your
in.
piece of paper,
Show your
Greg.
piece of paper and do it.
Where's your piece of paper?
Shut up. Stop.
No, do it.
being
Do what you're
condescending.
do what
Now
you're
we
gonna
got
say.
it.
Now I have lots of
stepped
pieces
up.
of paper. I have a
Yeah.
notebook I'm holding up right now.
All right.
So what you're telling me is that you can take a digital space that has absolutely no value and then be like, oh, you want to live on Main Street? You want to live on Front Street? You live on Maple Street? You want to, build a business here? You want to sell products here? Is that what you're telling me?
Not-
So
sort of,
here,
not really.
here's what I want to get at. You said a very pivotal thing there: value.
Yeah.
Your mind right now, there is zero value in the
Zero.
metaverse because you don't understand it. And
Thank
you're not
you
par-
for
you- and you're not
speaking
par-
down to me.
I'm not.
I
I'm not.
really
no, I'm not.
appreciate that.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
thank
you don't. You're not participating in it. Let me say it that way.
Okay.
You're not
that's better.
participating in it, right? Would you say that you value our friendship, me and you,
Like
on
literally?
a scale from 1 to 10? How much would you value my relationship with you?
Probably 15 to 20.
This is
Have
a
we
Dr.
ever,
Phil
have
moment.
we ever met and shook hands?
We have never.
Oh,
So you could say that you value our relationship at a 15, and we've only spoken to each other
virtually.
in a metaverse or virtual atmosphere.
That
So
is
a
an
personal
understatement.
connection with somebody that you value a lot in the past 10 years of knowing you has all been virtual. So you're already doing it just through Zoom.
It's
It's just a little bit different.
very interesting concept you guys are presenting at this
So
moment.
you value StreamYard and Zoom because you're doing business in that community. You're just not in Decentraland yet. You're not in Sandbox yet. You're not participating in that yet.
What is Sandbox?
It's just a different world.
Different
There's
metaverse.
all these
It's a
different metaverses.
metaverse.
Oh, Jesus,
like
motherfucking
Facebook and
Christ. Are you
Instagram and-
shitting me? There's another one?
There's a bunch of them.
So wait, so
Ugh.
Greg, so now I'm going to take Nick's point one step further now. Okay, I want to take you.
By the way, guys, if you can't see it, Jake is just laughing his ass off, covering his face, going like, "What in the shit is happening?"
Because he's in
here?
the same boat we all are. Like we know it's coming, we just don't know. We haven't wrangled it yet. So Greg, I'm going to say this to you. So now let's say you've come to find out that in this world, Nick has an NFT, a 3D NFT of a golf course.
Oh, now
in his
we have
backyard.
a 3D NFT.
Well, that's
not just
see.
an
This is what I
N-
said when you held
NFT.
up your piece of paper.
Yeah.
This is your NFT house is going to be in Decentraland, and you're going to be able to invite me to your house. I'm going to be able to put on my virtual reality goggles. I'm going to be able to knock on your door and
We're gonna
come
kick
into
it.
your house where you
Yep.
and all your friends are. Then we're going to be able to go out back, and I have friends that actually play putt-putt in virtual reality land. They meet at a golf course. They actually have putters with this thing on their face, and they actually play golf with each other in their own homes. You don't even know if they have pants on, but they're in a golf course with clowns and shit and fans, and they're getting together on Thursday nights to do this, and they're talking shit virtually in a universe.
Okay. I no. Okay, no. This is killing me right now. Let's bring this back because my head is about ready to explode because there's opportunities abounding. Now, let's talk about it in real estate terms. An NFT is something that you can build. Anybody can build one. Is that correct?
You can mint an NFT basically off of anything.
Okay, so
You
let's
can-
say
you create it, right?
So let's say I wanted to build an NFT off of my condo, right? And I could bet on who's going to pay the most amount of money for it. Could I build something like that, or is it more like just a virtual reality kind of a thing?
You're talking about two different things.
I am.
So if you are selling, so here's the argument right now, and we're gonna have to wrap this up soon because we have an actual meeting in 9 minutes, but a physical meeting. Let's
Be clear. Be clear.
yeah. So two different things. You can mint your property right now as an NFT and sell it so that there's the whole idea behind this is the blockchain in Web3 is basically going to take the role of, let's say for real estate example, title company. So there's a ledger. When somebody purchases something from the other person, it's all on the internet. It's public knowledge. You can see it. There's timestamps, there's dates, there's everything that's there. So me and you, without a title company, without a real estate agent, with whatever, you want to mint your condo as an NFT and sell it to me for $500,000. I can purchase it with cryptocurrency. Now I own that NFT and everybody sees that I own that NFT and that you sold that to me through a blockchain. That happens right now. The problem is there is no enforcement. So let's say, and this is like, people haven't really talked about this yet. Let's say you do sell me that condo for $500,000 and I pay for it in cryptocurrency. And then you go, oh, fuck, I don't feel like moving out anymore. I'm just going to stay here. What happens in traditional real estate? Sheriffs get involved and all this shit happens because there's traditional forms of ways of getting people evicted. That shit doesn't happen right now in the metaverse, in crypto. And so it is the Wild West, but it is what's coming because as it gets more secure, as there's more things happening around it, and Sean just put in here Proppy, that's a company that's doing it right now. It is literally the Wild West, but there's going to be a phase, or I don't want to say a phase, but there's going to be a time when you as a real estate agent are, I don't want to say losing value, but you have to look beyond like using these Unreal Engine 5. If you're a listing agent, how do you bring value to a consumer that can sell their $5 million property to somebody through the blockchain, through crypto? Well, you have a company, and as part of your listing service, you create an identical replication of the property as an NFT to put in Decentraland. That's true value. That could be like a real estate agent version 2.0 of how you secure a 3% listing paid for in Bitcoin or whatever the fuck it is, right? I'm just saying as an example. It's just leveling up your game into this new market that we're going into.
Okay, you guys have officially hurt my brain, and that is not a joke.
It's a lot. It's a lot, dude. The majority of everybody in this universe can't wrap their head around this yet.
You hear me right now. I can't fucking do it. Jake's sitting there going like, I know what I'm doing. You two are sitting down below me, and you guys are like, yeah, I own this.
This was interesting to listen to this conversation today.
Okay, when Jake says that's interesting, you know, like, oh fuck, what's coming? Gosh dang it.
So that Beverly Hills property that Nick was talking about that was in the news, that was $125,000 of value to go ahead and have your own home. But since Facebook went ahead and talked about changing their name to Meta and this whole digital world, this meta world, I mean, prices have gone up 500%. We're talking homes are being bought and sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars on there. It is a huge marketplace right now, and developers are getting into it, dropping millions of dollars, actually developing digital, virtual pieces of property and land and selling them.
And it sounds crazy, but the video game industry is billions. These kids that are coming up, 10, 11, 12, all the way up into their early 20s, are used to paying money for shit inside video games. That's the evolution of this. It's not the new buyer, like millennial buyers have come up, they're prime age to purchase stuff. The new, I don't know what generation XYZ, whatever the fuck it is coming up, they're paying billions of dollars to be submerged in their video games, paying all this amount of money. So the metaverse is a secondary, like, oh, just like I buy a skin for my gun in World of Warcraft, whatever the fuck video game. I don't even play video games, but like they're used to spending digital money.
What's a skin for a gun?
Like a
changing the color of it and stuff.
Oh,
well, we're all screwed in the virtual space because I heard Paris Hilton DJ'd a New Year's Eve party in her own virtual land. So this is happening.
Okay, Veronica says a virtual inspector.
All right, so here's the thing. Veronica Jones is cracking me up, guys. You have to go back and look at all of her comments. She is lighting us up. She's gaslighting us. This is mind hurting on a good day.
We might have to do a V2 next week.
I think we have to.
Continuation of the same show.
We need to order Greg some Wendy's in virtual land. Yeah, delivered to his house.
It's happening right now. You could literally go into a virtual Wendy's, order food, and it'll be delivered to your door through like DoorDash or one of those.
Yep. So good. So good.
Oh my fucking God.
Great for us fat kids.
No.
Love it.
We're packing this bus up. I can't take this anymore.
What was that commercial? What was the company that was like, we're going off the grid? And it was the family, like the suburban family, and then all of a sudden they're like in a tent somewhere. We're going off the grid.
That's Jake.
That was like 5 years ago. I forget what company it was.
Yeah, there won't be an off the grid kind of a scenario now. Mr. Elon Musk is launching satellites into outer space at a very heavy scale so that we have connectivity everywhere.
Well,
so you can be connected to the internet and the metaverse at all times.
Well, there's a discussion that if there is actually in outer space, but I'll take my tinfoil hat off.
Tune in next week.
Flat Earth alert. Flat Earth.
Flat Earth straight into the metaverse. Here we go.
All right, guys.
Before you go up there, Greg, make sure you take your hair product with you.
Yeah,
I do need that for my newscast today. That's literally not a joke. Okay. Takeaways, gentlemen. Jake, what is your takeaway for folks in regards to kind of what our conversation?
Yeah, it's happening. So as with anything, you can either adapt or not. So, but the world is kind of moving into a digital world and there's commerce there. So if there's commerce there, it's going to go ahead and amplify and multiply the efforts of things. So it's going to come faster. So we'll keep everybody tuned in on how to go ahead and apply this towards your real estate space. But even if you're not using something like Matterport right now, I urge everybody to at least step up there and start doing some of these things, incorporating it into your business model.
Yeah, you can download Matterport on your phone, guys. It's free or a very low cost, and you can shoot off your phone to use Matterport. And it sounds like that is very trivial based upon this fucking show. Gosh dang it. But a lot of things are going to be... I want you guys to start stepping up and listening and literally moving forwards, not staying back into what's traditional, because that's going to keep you in, back in the old times. Gene, takeaway for today's show.
Don't let all this overwhelm you. I mean, this is another one of those things where we're getting it in front of you before it's a thing of scale. If you're interested and you believe what we're saying as far as it's going to be something in the future, go to unrealengine.com, take a look, do a little Google search on Web 3.0, watch for I'm sure there's plenty of tutorial videos out there that kind of explain it at a high level. Understand what the cryptocurrency and the blockchain really means, decentralized, all that good stuff. Like, get your keywords in. And as you start to look into this a little bit, these things will start to make more sense as we talk about it. You'll get a grasp.
Okay, good. So basically what you're saying is just dip your toe into the pool and just start moving forward with the progression where the market's going and the technology and everything else. Is that accurate?
Applied knowledge is power. Get out there and start just taking little nuggets of knowledge, and you'll get smarter. And then when Nick talks about Web 3.0 and Unreal Engine, the next time you'll get 17% of it instead of 2.5%, right? That's all.
I'm at about 1.5%, but yeah, that's fine with me.
That's okay.
Mr. Nick Sakis, the genius, wonderful human being that you are, what is your takeaway?
I will say, keep your eyes wide open, know what's going on and where the future of real estate is going, but don't let that paralyze you with fear and anxiety. Veronica, do what you need to do on a daily basis to move your business forward now, but be cautiously optimistic about what's coming. So don't bury your head in the sand and just say, this is the way I do things, and this is the way I'll always do things. But indecision is the worst decision. So have the knowledge, listen to our show, but don't be paralyzed in fear.
Well, always listen to the show. I mean, that's a given in our life. And Jake left. Bye, Jake. Okay, bye-byes. Thank you, gentlemen, for asking me what my takeaway was.
Let's hear it.
I think, Nick, you said it very politely, but I mean, you have to be aggressively progressive in regards to getting more business. And, learning about blockchain, learning about crypto, learning about this, what is it? What is it called again?
Unreal Engine.
Unrealengine.com. Guys, go take a look at that. It's something that's it sounds like it's already here. So I want you guys to really go look at what the future is, go investigate what the market is talking about and what they're doing. You make your own decisions. We're just here having fun, making fun of each other and bringing education. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you like it and want to be progressive, go be aggressive and beat your competition, because you're intelligent, amazing human beings that watch and listen to this show. And we appreciate you to no ends. Since Jake dropped off, don't know friggin' why.
We had a 2:30 meeting.
At 2:30, yeah.
Oh, well, that is why he dropped off. All right, Gene, Nick, you know your jobs. I need 2 colors for the bow on the show. Don't shake your face. Gene, don't shake.
No, I was looking. I was actually looking around my desk for a color. Let's go mauve.
A what?
Mauve.
Mauve?
Mauve?
Yeah, sure.
Huh.
Okay, we're gonna do.
I think
mauve.
I made that up.
Yeah,
I didn't hear the V.
Yeah, I think it's MAUVE.
We're gonna do mauve. Okay, we're gonna do mauve. I don't know what the fuck that is, but we're doing mauve. Nick, what is your color?
I'm going to go with zebra wood on my wood theme.
You guys really got to make shit so fucking difficult. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and listening to this show. I'm sure your brain hurts just like mine when it comes to learning about this whole Web 0.3. Go back, watch, and listen to this thing again. Really reach out to Nick, reach out to Gene, reach out to Jake, and learn more about where you can really grow your business in the coming months, days, and years. Get ahead of this, guys. Get ahead of this. Do not let it sit on the sidelines and then you just get passed by. So we are going to put what was your mauve?
Mauve.
Mauve.
So we have a mauve and a zebra color.
And we should probably have like a Duke's Hot Shave. What was their color? Black or
Yeah, I would
navy
say
blue?
black, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're doing zebra and mauve. That's our colors on the bows on the shows. We love you
Zebra.
guys to pieces. We can't do the show without you. So thank you for watching, listening, and participating with us on our live and then in the comments in the end. We will see you guys on the next show where we're going to talk more about 3.0 web and where you can take your marketing. But until next time, peace out, ninjas. We gone.